I have been putting a spotlight on XDC over the last couple weeks, but more so I've been talking about XDC for years. Now, the reason why I've been spotlighting XDC as of recent is because of all of the big moves happening behind the network. These moves are going to impact not only the rank in which XDC is on the top 100 list, but also the level in which the network is operating at. And I think that this is actually very significant, but also very valuable to know if you do hold XDC. But first, welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. Let's actually start off with events. This one recently just passed, which was ETH Dubai. It was definitely a larger event, one of the larger, events around crypto, number one. But number two, there was a lot of great discussions at this event around XDC, including RWA tokenization, DCENT, and even DeFi, as well as more. Now, it was a great overall networking event for XDC as they did speak with builders, developers, and even enterprises. But it was also a great way to get XDC's name out there. I love these type of events. I've always been stating it around, why events are actually very important around this space. They definitely help grow the network, help grow the ecosystem, and even the community around these networks. But on top of that, there's also an upcoming event, which is going to be happening from June 16th through the 18th. And this is actually a very big event as well. This is the Digital Economy Conference around Australia. So this is actually from the Digital Economy Council of Australia. And I think that this is going to be a very exciting one. And if we actually look at some of the speakers here, we could see exactly why. Number one, right off the bat, we see the Commonwealth Bank of Australia. We see some exchanges from crypto, Zodiac Custody there as well, MasterCard, some pretty good, some pretty big names. I mean, this is great to see. And I do think that there's going to be a lot of great discussions ongoing from this event. They do have the agenda over here, but it is, 3 days. There's a lot of great things being talked about here. We even have, they're actually addressing post-quantum protocols, which I love to see because we know that the quantum age is approaching us. But on top of that, we see the transition to, more digital-based systems, automation as well, and just like the future of technology. I think that this is great. Like I said, there's a lot of great, agenda, being talked about at this event. This is just Tuesday. Looks like a pretty, straightforward day. And then also Wednesday, we have some roundtable discussions, regulatory discussions, and also even the role of stablecoins in Australia's evolving financial system. So overall, some great, some great discussions ongoing. I do like that AUDD will be talked about there because we know XDC has a hand to play in that. But yeah, some great overall discussions. I look forward to this event. I think that's going to be a big one. Some great speakers are going to be at this event as well. So definitely mark your calendars for June 16th through the 18th, because I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of great posts over X as well. I'll keep you guys posted when we get closer to those dates, but definitely looking forward to this event. But outside of that, let's actually talk about some big, big moves happening around the network. Number one, I actually want to talk about what Cypher is building around XDC. So we have here, I just published project XDC Intel, securing the XDC network from within. Now, this is actually another update from this, which we have live, XDC Network Threat Monitoring System Beta, public detection and oversight, protecting the XDC network community by monitoring malicious smart contract activity, Circle's USDC bridge on the XDC network, critical infrastructure token flows, automated X-Post with latest scan information, key features, automated detection, public auditable system, community-driven threat reporting. Chain security isn't a luxury, it's survival. We aren't waiting for problems, we are hunting them. Note, this is my personal initiative to strengthen the safety of the XDC community and is not officially affiliated with XDC Foundation or XinFin. Also note, this is a work in progress and not yet in its final iteration. Stay safe. So again, I think that this is great to see because it's showing us that devs around XDC are building. This is something that I'm actually very excited to see, go live on the network if it does. I think that this is a great one to really kind of focus on, but we also have what's coming next, real-time anomaly detection powered by AI, wallet attribution mapping for enhanced transparency, proactive scam and exploit early warning system, fully decentralized threat reporting participation, and more smart contracts layer 2 projects added for monitoring. So again, love to see it. I think that this is great. And outside of that, we also have AI. So, right on, I think that this real-time anomaly detection powered by AI and the security measurements and things like that, I think that that's great combined with what we're now starting to see become a reality on XDC, which is of course AI. This is actually through Akka Finance. I think that this is great because of the size of Akka Finance. For those that actually don't know, this is actually a larger project. They have over 20,000 plus followers. They have been around for a little bit of time, and their ecosystem has been growing rapidly over the last couple months as well. But if we actually look at this, we have dive into the AI-powered evolution of DeFi. This is actually with the co-founder of Akka Finance in conversation with the ecosystem development lead at XDC Network in the latest episode of XDC Mina podcast. Now, in this podcast, they do, show us a few insights on what's happening. Number one is discover how Akka aggregates cross-chain liquidity, learn how AI eliminates slippage and enhances UX, explore their roadmap, including their TGE and funding success, understand why XDC Network is their go-to infrastructure. Akka Finance is building the next-gen DEX aggregator, and it's happening right here on XDC. I think that this is awesome. Number one, AI, right? It's starting to become a reality on XDC, right? AI, automation, things like that. It kind of goes back to the whole automated trade finance discussion that we were talking about back in I think 2022 maybe. Automation is a huge thing. I think everyone should focus on automation through AI. There's a lot of great use cases around the AI market right now. A lot of them are kind of getting oversold to the public. But if we think about, AI and some of these legit products in this space, a lot of it has to do with automation, how we can automate specific things around the enterprise grade sector, how we can automate specific sectors, like, for example, trade finance, because these are, pieces of the global system that are broken. They're actually plagued by inefficiencies. And if you can automate them, not only are you saving a lot of money for the companies involved, but you're also unlocking a lot of trapped capital around any of these markets. We talk about it with cross-border payments, right? Automation around cross-border payments, the efficiencies that come with, tapping into digital-based products like blockchain or even stablecoins and tokenization. Like, when we think about what's really going on here, some of these networks are outliers that nobody really kind of pays attention to, but some of the biggest things are being built on them. And XDC targeting trade finance, automation, and tokenization, that's a game changer. Now, talking about, trade finance and talking about automation and DeFi and things like that, we have here from Eile Tech, I hope that I'm saying that name correctly, tired of lost documents, delays, and paper trails in global trade? Say hello to the electronic bill of lading, a game changer for the industry. A bill of lading is proof that goods were shipped, a receipt, a title to the goods. It's the single most important doc in global trade, but it's been stuck in the paper age until now. Enter EBLs. Legally recognized, instantly transferable, secure and tamper-proof, no couriers, no delays, no risk of forgery as well. At Eile Tech, we're bringing EBLs on-chain using XDC, making them fast, transparent, interoperable. This isn't the future, this is now. Next week, who's involved in this ecosystem and how do banks, insurers, and tech platforms like ours work together? I think this is just another, huge step around the trade finance industry for XDC. XDC has been absolutely killing it around trade finance. I've been talking about it for, years now. They were one of the first ones to focus on trade finance before anyone really kind of cared about trade finance. And that's what really kind of sets XDC apart from the rest, is that they have that step through the door already. And this is also a big game changer around the RWA value on XDC, because I'm sure that EBLs are going to account for a large amount of volume and even value around XDC, because it might not be the fact that all these things will be tokenized in terms of a value on XDC, but it's more so going to affect the network in a positive way through the amount of fees generated from these, because these EBLs are not going to be just small time volume. You got to remember how many of these bills there actually are whenever it comes to, something around trade finance being delivered or shipped. This could amount to a massive influx of volume and value moving over the XDC network, affecting, of course, the value of XDC. So I'm very excited about this. And this is not something new, right? Although, yes, this is a new platform launching on XDC, they've been tokenizing bill of lading for a bit of time. I think the initial one was back in 2023. I know back in 2021 they did a huge announcement around, pretty much bringing bill of lading on chain. But up until about like 2023, I think Lloyd's Bank was like the big name to actually do a POC trial with it, and it was very successful. So they've been around this game for a bit of time. They've been absolutely killing it, and there's trillions of dollars tied to trade finance. So this is something that I think everyone should be aware of if you do hold XDC, or even if you don't hold XDC. This is a game changer in terms of, number one, a product that does have real world value and also potential to be adopted at scale. But also number two, it's something that could affect the value of XDC in a very positive way. And talking more so about RWAs, Mercado Bitcoin back in March announced that the project that connects global finance to the new digital economy has arrived at MB. XDC network facilitates the tokenization of real assets, improves liquidity, and reduces cost in international trade. Get started now. Now, talking about this, guess what? XDC's RWA value just surged over almost 200% in the last 30 days. And this is actually because of Mercado Bitcoin. We could see what changed here in terms of the actual assets. All right. And if we come down here, this is Mercado Bitcoin, over 1,100% in the last 30 days, up to $11.5 million. And we could see who is actually tokenizing down here and what. A lot of this is all private credit. We could see all of the private credit. We could also see, of course, commodities on here. But the main thing is like US treasuries, stablecoins, and then private credit. We also know, of course, the $500 million that will hit XDC from Brazil. That's also something that I've been focused on because it is, $500 million. But I love to see the growth happening on XDC. I think that this is great to see. And on top of that, when we go back to the networks list, we can see that XDC is now number 16. I'm very excited for the 500 million because it will immediately put it into number 3. But, that's a great start for XDC. And, we could see how much, movement is happening. Even though, a lot of people don't care about some of these announcements, these affect the network in a very, very good way. And it's very clear by seeing that 1,000+% growth from Mercado Bitcoin. It's starting to look as if, things are changing, because even here from the 23rd, we were at like 4.6 million. We're now over 15.5 million. So this is great. And I'm very excited for the future around XDC. I think that a lot of these great initiatives that are taking place on the network and around the network are going to grow and expand the ecosystem in a large way. But also, when it comes to XDC itself as a token, right now at this current moment in time, XDC is number 59. Okay. I do suspect that towards the end of this cycle, XDC will be closing in on the top 20, possibly even the top 10. And right now, to get into the top 20 at this current point, it's about a $6.4 billion market cap. Top 10, 23 billion. Anywhere between 20 to 10, I'll take it for XDC, because right now we're at $1.22 billion in market cap. That's a lot of upside potential for XDC. And you got to remember that those values to get into the top 10 and top 20 right now, that's current values. That's not values when this entire market erupts in value and altcoins are doing like a 5, 10x plus surge. And all of a sudden their values are, 3 or 5 or even 10 times more than what they're at right now in terms of the top 10 and top 20. So, XDC has a very bright future ahead of it. I'm very excited to see some of these things launch. We have a lot more information coming up next week around Eile Tech. But yeah, they're absolutely killing the game right now. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because of more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.